hopefully we will go, all the way. Thirdly, congratulations to Lewis Hamilton for finishing third. It's been a very, very long time since Lewis Hamilton was on the podium. So congratulations to him. Lastly, Rob, welcome to Cruzelo, to Moses, our goalkeeper coach, and our fitness trainer at Kaizer Chiefs. We, the people of Inabi Nation, Rob, we are fine with Unabi finishing the season in Morocco and playing the final. He can come after that. We'll reign supreme next season. Thank you. We'll see you, PE.
See ya in Port Elizabeth. Thank you so much indeed. Nabi Nation, he's already got a nickname. What a way. What a way. Is he on that flight? Is that him? Is he on the flight? I told you you'll get the latest breaking news right here on hashtag MSW. Just flying back, though, to what Sia was talking about, congratulating the Boks. Oh, what an awesome performance. He says Nohamba, as the best player in the URC, should have been there playing. Also talks about Usia. I think everybody's witnessed Sia Masuku of the Sharks, and just what a brilliant performance he's put in. What a brilliant shift he's put in. Kicking like it's nobody's business. Maybe it's all time. Maybe just all of a sudden we are so blessed in one department, because you can't take away, man. Sasha Feinberg, Mgomezulu. That's all I'm going to leave it. That's exactly where I will leave it. But then, again, agreeing with everybody that's been talking about the Boks. Fantastic performance.
We definitely tried to a few things, but we just tried to have a solid pack of forwards that know each other. And with Malcolm being out so long, to try and find rhythm and not having the luxury of like the Six Nations like Welsh did, we knew there was going to be like stop-start. But I think definitely, yes, it wasn't perfect. Without a doubt, there was lots of stupid errors and things that didn't click. But then overall, I think goal achieved and having an under pressure game together and giving both fly-offs, Sasha and Jordan, some good ball at stages. And then, I thought Apalele was on some things really good, and other things there's definitely work to do, just like any other player. But I think it is fourth test, yes, but I think he can be satisfied with his performance.
Good evening, Rob. My reaction Monday, firstly, have to congratulate the Proteas for advancing to the semi-finals. Also congratulate Highbury and Kruger United for gaining promotion to Motsepe Foundation Championship, particularly Highbury and coach Kabelo Sibia, who I mentioned on this show last week that he's got the qualities to compete at the playoffs despite having to start without acclimatization. But being the tactician that he was, he managed to overcome all the challenges and gain promotion. But also, lastly, Rob, I just want to welcome the Kaizer Chiefs technical team, and I just wish that we are also welcoming the new sporting director, because when these guys leave, we don't know what's going to happen with the club, if they're also going to get into the slump. But one thing that I know is that, based on the research that I did, is that we're going to see a huge transformation of Kaizer Chiefs. The team is going to be showing great patterns of play in terms of build-up, possibly going to see them coming up with a double pivot, looking at the qualities and the patterns that these coaches have been implementing on the teams that they've coached. But thank you so much, Tebogoya.
Tebogo, thank you very, very much indeed. Celebrating the good news that is coming through from that arena. Is it confirmed or is it not confirmed? We'll get that in just a second. But one thing I can tell you is that I must give credit to Far Post, because they've given such great analysis. They've given, visuals coming through from the airport. They've given blow by blow. They've given names. These guys aren't thumb-sucking dreams out of somewhere. They are giving us facts. And that is why, publicly, I just want to compliment the team, because when it comes journalistically to producing the kind of work that they've done, it takes a lot. So it's about sources, it's about verifying, it's about triple verifying whatever the information is that they're getting. And people are in this industry and in this business simply because of credibility. Once you lose your credibility, it's done. It's over. And they've certainly carried the nation. You heard Sia there mentioning names, goalkeeper coaches, names of assistant coach 1, assistant coach 2, names of, fitness trainers. You name it. They got brand new names now. They don't even call them fitness trainers anymore. They call them conditioning coaches. So all of that, like I'm saying, it takes great journalism to reach that. And I think the man who's definitely behind all of that, I'm going to be chatting to him in just a second. Well, a quick wrap though. In case you missed it last night, what great football, man. You know, when you're talking about a tournament that's reached a level where you can't miss any action. And if it happens like the Proteas, like the Springboks, everything happening in the 100th minute or the 95th minute, then you definitely know that you're watching top end sport. And this time around, unfortunately, Scotland crashing out of the Euro 2024 in the most heart-wrenching fashion. Kevin Colbart's 100th minute winner, earning Hungary that late stunning victory.
Gave it everything. Don't think you can fault the effort. It was a very tough game, good opponent, very close game. It was always going to be decided by the first goal. You could tell that after half an hour. Unfortunately for us, when we opened up towards the end of the game to try and chase the win that we felt we needed to get to the next stage, we got caught in counter and we lose the game 1-0. But I don't think there was anything between the two teams. 100% penalty. Somebody somewhere has to explain to me why that's not a penalty. It's 100%. And like I said, it's a one-goal game, we get the penalty, can be a different night. I've got other words, but I'm not going to use them. European competition, might have been better to have a European referee. But we had European VAR, and maybe the referee didn't see the challenge clearly on the pitch. So what's the purpose of VAR if they're not going to come in on something like that? It was a penalty. It was a one-goal game. The first half is what it was. We dominated the ball, we had enough of the ball. We didn't create quite enough. When it opened up a little bit towards the end, we created chances. We couldn't find the composure just to put the ball in the net. That's what we are. That's the way we are. It was always going to be a tough night against a good team.
Well, that's certainly a coach that's not mincing his words at all. All right, let's shift very, very quickly now here because this is a story that everybody's been chatting about. Do send us your reactions, though, whichever reaction is top of mind. Like we said, from Formula One, there's been golf underway, cricket. We've been focusing Blitzbok here again. Guys, congratulations. Congrats to the Boks. Also, the ladies putting in their shift. We might get into that before the top of the hour. So stick around, listen in. But most importantly, you drive the show. So it is Reaction Monday. Send us your thoughts or give us a call in studio 011 88 38947. Well, it looks like the nude cleansing, hey? Is it a nude cleansing or a nude cleaning? One way or the other, there's something new that is materializing and has brought about some excitement at Naturena. I think everything, kind of new broom, new mop, new detergent, whatever it is, just waiting for water right now. In this case, a pre-season. When will it start? Has it started? Did it start today? And having finished an abysmal 10th place in the DStv Premiership standings last season, wholesale alterations are expected to happen at Kaizer Chiefs. The Soweto Giants are in desperate need of a technical overhaul and arguably a group of players to usher them back into those glory days that everybody talks about in order to perhaps notch up their first trophy in 9 seasons. Never thought one could live to say that. Chiefs have not won a single trophy in 9 seasons. But here we are. They have not. Amakosi have already got their man with the arrival of Tunisian tactician Nasreddine Nabi, said to be imminent in the next couple of weeks. But they're also very sure that they're getting down to business as Nabi's lieutenant in Fernando de Cruz has landed in Johannesburg. As I said, captured on camera over the weekend. Another man who landed in Johannesburg. I mean, they said the incoming goalkeeper coach, Iyes Mzugi, arriving on Sunday. The Mauritanian national team goalkeepers coach looks set to replace Rainer Dinkeleke, who recently returned to his native Germany. Remember, he signed a 1-year contract when he got back to Kaizer Chiefs. And, and on and on and on. In fact, let me not give away what hasn't been fully given away. All I know that is sitting right in front of me is Mthokozi Sidube, his Far Post editor, and he's the man with all the juice. Sir, good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Rob. No need to welcome me. This is home now.
I know you just jogged from the office to here. I love that. I love it. So if anything breaks, you put it out there in your post and then you come through. And I'll say it again publicly in front of you that congratulations in terms of how you've carried the story. You've given the facts. You've not been manga-mangering us. You've not been mgosi-rising us. You've been giving us facts. You know, the Bakkie trended over the weekend for a strange reason, you know. Of all things that you captured, the Bakkie that came to fetch a coach was trending. In all of this, where do we sit right now? What's the status in the coaching department?
Look, quite interesting because we're obviously following. I think when we spoke last week, we spoke about the semi-final that Nasreddin Nabi's AS FAR Rabat was playing on Sunday.
Yeah.
Obviously, that would determine what happens. I mean, if he had lost the final, he'd probably be here by now. But the fact that he's won the semi-final and is in the final, potentially playing Raja Casablanca, who beat him to the league
By a point.
by just a point. So he has an opportunity to, get one over them. But I was actually chatting to a player who plays for AS FAR Rabat just before he came to Misang Oribonye, and he was telling me that he was just explaining the fact that they don't know when this thing is going to happen, the final, because the king must be available, So he says potentially it could happen at the weekend, but there's no confirmation. So he says they should know by Wednesday. So, but Coach Nabi has also said that he would love to play the final. He would love to guide AS FAR in the final. So, look, that means if the final is this weekend, he would probably, go ahead and play the final and come after the final. But we do know that Chiefs are set to go overseas on pre-season. So I'm sure he would want to be a part of that. And be able
Chiefs are going overseas. Where's overseas?
Well, the information we're gathering is that they are going to Turkey for pre-season. So, I mean, as a new coach coming into a new club, he would definitely want to, be able to be a part of that, and which happens from the 4th. So, I honestly don't see him not coming for the preseason. Whatever the case. I mean, if the final is pushed to, let's say, end of July, or which could happen, I don't see him staying that long.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll resign then?
Yes, I think he will resign.
Is there a deadline? What deadline has he put?
Look, he obviously would be waiting now to hear when the final would take place. So probably by Wednesday, there should be clarity on when the final will happen. If the final is in July, I don't see him waiting until, that long. He would obviously want to come and be part of a pre-season because he knows there's a big job that he needs to come and do here. Not an easy task that he's getting himself into. So he would definitely want to be a part of prison. And I'm saying this based on just my understanding from a young Africans player who I was speaking to just a few days ago. When he was saying, he was just explaining how much he values pre-season, So you can also see that the club is making that investment to say, okay, let's get you a good pre-season.
All right, so I'm looking at time. I want to take the break, but also I'm forced to take this question very, very quickly. Is this deal signed? Because you can agree, we might have coaches here already, but is pen to paper? Is that deal clincher done?
Look, so from my understanding, there's obviously been conversations, discussions and agreeing. But when he joined AS FAR Rabat, he actually insisted on signing before the club's fans, And I'm told he's asked for the same, thing, where he would actually sign once he gets, to South Africa. So yes, they've agreed, but he wants to get here and obviously, do it in front of, the club's fans, if that's possible.
The money. You talk about Chiefs having a pre-season overseas in Turkey. You don't get to Turkey by walking. You don't get to Turkey by climbing on a bus. You don't get to Turkey by a local airline. There's a cost factor. You don't get a coach, an assistant, and a second assistant, a conditioning coach. You don't get a coach of that caliber. Just. My question to you is, the money that people would say Chiefs did not have, but seem to have right now, where is it coming from?
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. #MSW.
It's time to live it up with Lotto Star's live games. Pick a card, roll the dice, or spin the money wheel. There's a live game for you. Bet now on our blackjack, poker, roulette, game shows, first person, or baccarat and sickbo. The options are endless. You could win payouts of up to 10 million rand. Immerse yourself in a world of live games now at lottostar.co.za. Lotto Star is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18. NRGP 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
That was a long day. I cannot wait to kick off these shoes and crawl into my big, comfy sofa.
Hey Carl, who's the barefoot lady watching six-packed and stacked Bachelor Island on the Lena couch?
Nothing will have you feeling more at home than up to 50% off in our epic DecoFern Furniture Comfort Sale. Get unbeatable prices on mattresses, sofas, armchairs, rugs and much more in-store now or at decofernsa.co.za.
Meet World's dropping prices quicker than winter morning temperatures. Grab yourself frozen oxtail at the ridiculously low price of only 99.99 per kg. Aibo, serious? How about bulk beef stew at the bone-chilling price of 79.99 per kg? Valid 26 June to 2 July. Available at all Meat World branches. T's and C's apply. Meat World, your friendly family butcher.
We weren't born to stand still. You know what I'm talking about. The itchy feet, constantly on the hunt for the next hustle, the next adventure, the next horizon. We get it. It's in our DNA. This inner drive to push, own our path, and be more. Which is why we're excited to introduce the all-new Suzuki Jimny 5-Door.
The Suzuki Jimny 5-Door, born for the urban jungle and more. Now with extra space, wireless connectivity, and rear-view camera. Suzuki Jimny 5-Door, born for more. Available from 429,900.
Babe?
Yeah?
I was thinking of fixing the leak in the roof this weekend.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, but I had Flash Harry fix it last weekend.
But I was Wait, Flash Harry?
Yeah.
Are you seeing someone?
Not everyone knows Flash Harry is the expert in DIY waterproofing solutions since 1975. If there's a leak, Flash Harry can fix it.
Oh, you know, I was gonna fix it.
Flash Harry, it just works. In a flash. Available in all good hardware stores. Find your nearest stockist at flashharry.co.za.
Hey, remember when our office turned into an indoor swimming pool from the flood incident we had?
Oh yeah, feels like it was just yesterday. Luckily, we are with My Way Business Insurance and they kept us afloat despite the soaked carpets.
Talk about an insurer that's got your back no matter the situation.
Agreed. With My Way, we can weather any storm with the ultimate confidence.
Cover your building and office contents hassle-free with My Way Business Insurance. Visit myway.co.za for a quote and do business your way. My Way is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's and C's apply.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Sianda Zwane, Manget.
We really never had anything, man.
Sure. So already the foundation at that stage is a broken one. I don't know what made you. What kept you going?
Playing football for me was therapeutic. When we got off days, I would go and do extra training because I didn't want to think about my childhood trauma. I was the first person in the scene when my mom was stabbed and I was 12 years old. Also looking for my dad for years and also to lose my grandmother when I was doing matric. And all of those things, they came back every time when I was doing nothing. So I will do anything that will distract me and something that can help me to escape all of that, you know. So the reality came when I retired.
#MSW. #MSW. Not your ordinary Monday. It's Reaction Monday. #MSW.
He is indeed the Far Post editor. He is with me here in studio. His name is Mthokozisi Dube. You can follow Far Post, you can follow him in his individual capacity, whichever one it is. You can be rest assured that breaking news will be breaking every single time. Notifications will be going off every single time. But Give me a bit of background. The two coaches that have arrived in the country so far, who are they, and have they had a day one already with the team today?
Yeah, look, I think the first one to arrive was Fernando da Cruz, who's obviously the assistant coach, Frenchman. He's been at Lille. I was actually looking at his profile. I mean, 8 of his previous jobs have been youth related, head of youth academy. So yeah, you can see his background. He's been a technical director. He's coached in Belgium as well, France. At some point, he was part of a 4-man team that replaced Marcelo Bielsa, And I think the league title that AS FAR Rabat won last season was actually down to his work, because he was head coach for the 25 games. And then he was moved after 25 games for whatever reason, yeah. So they went on to win the league. And then the other one is the goalkeeper's coach. You pronounce the name better than me.
Hey, I tried, Bob. I tried. I was like, hey, Elias Mzugi. He was also a Frenchman.
Yeah. Mzugi is Tunisian. He's been working as the goalkeeper's coach for Mauritania. We saw him at the AFCON.
Yes.
But he's done work in Saudi Arabia. He's been in Algeria as well. He's worked for JS Kabylie in his home country, Tunisia as well. He's also coached in the UAE. So well-traveled man. But they say he's very energetic. I was talking to some players, they are saying this guy is full of energy, speaks very, very good English. So there's a feeling that football is coming back, from what the players are saying based on what they experienced on day one. Of course, it was just, tests that they were doing, but...
So him as the goalkeeper coach of Mauritania, so when it's a FIFA week, then he's got to go off. How are they going to balance that?
It's going to be interesting just to just check and find out how they're going to do that. Because surely when it's international break, the club still needs to, the players still need to train. Work still needs to go on at the club. So I think it's something that I should follow up and just find out what's going to happen. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let me take Pizzo quickly in Randburg. Or was it Randfontein? Pizzo, good evening.
Good evening, Rob.
Yeah, welcome, man. You want to say a couple of congratulations?
Yes, I wanted to congratulate the Proteas for reaching the semi-finals. At this time, I'm quite optimistic that they will do well and reach the final and probably win it. I have trust. I would also like to congratulate the PSL award recipients. As a Pagania myself, I would like to say congratulations to Mofokeng Maswangai, and most especially, Rob, I want to congratulate the two Sundowns people. One being the goalkeeper, Ronnie Williams. I mean, the guy is the best we have in Southern Africa. But credit goes to the Sundowns technical team. Coach Olani Mokoena has done marvelous. I mean, the guy learns on the job. I mean, the guy is a football fanatic. I mean, from 80 members to here now. I mean, the guy, I don't know what to say about the guy. I mean, he's Southern Africa's best coach to date. I wish he could write at least a book like Ted Dimitro did some couple of years ago. Rob, I love the guy. Thank you.
Pizzo, thank you very much indeed. And congratulations indeed to all the winners of the awards yesterday. I think we'll need another show to talk about the fact that they are still virtual, those awards. I've always been of the opinion that let's celebrate, man. Give players the Santon Convention Center, let them celebrate. Bring the referees, let them celebrate. Give a thank you, everyone at home. Have 1,000 people there. That's what we know awards to be. I don't know. Maybe maybe they've sent you an email. I'm going not even maybe a fax. Maybe they sent you something to say, why are these awards still virtual?
Yeah, no, we're still in COVID mode. Feels like we're still in COVID mode. I mean, we've not had live awards since COVID, and COVID is long gone. We're back in the stadium. Surely we should be able to gather and celebrate. Footballers that would have done well in a season.
Especially like record breaking, like the season Sundowns had, or anybody. I mean, even if Chipper United won the league, it doesn't really matter. All I'm saying is that it's more than just he who gets coach of the season, he who gets football of the season. It's the midfielders, it's the individual tournament winners, it's the referees, like I've mentioned. Referees, give them the microphone, let them say a word. They never do post-match interviews. We don't even know what their voices sound like.
True. Yeah, look, I mean, I think it's important for us to get back to that. And we were hoping. I mean, I was here a few months ago and I was saying, I'm praying that we gather at the Sandton Convention Center and just celebrate people like Ronan Williams who've done exceptionally well.
Absolutely. Tebogo wants to celebrate somebody who's sitting here in studio. Tebogo, good evening.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to Mtogo. Mtogo, I just want to say that you deserve the most prestigious journalism award for breaking the news for the incumbent, for the biggest coaching job in the country. That is the Kaizer Chiefs role. And my question to you, do you think Utumisang Aribonye will also come to South Africa, knowing that he's one key player as well that have been using under Nabi at ASFA? Thank you so much.
What do you know, Tebogo? Thank you very much indeed. Well, firstly, the compliment and then the question.
Yeah. Look, thank you so much, Tebogo. I truly appreciate the kind words, man. It means a lot. Tumisang Oribonye, good friend of mine. I mean, I was talking to him just before I came here. He has a release clause that, I mean, someone would have to cough up a lot of money, millions of rand to get him. He still has 2 years left on his contract with AS FAR Rabat. So he will be really difficult to, get from AS FAR because they value him a lot. I mean, they just bought him in January from USM Alger of Algeria. So I don't see that one happening.
Sure. Straightforward. What is day one like at Nigerina? What reports are you getting?
Yeah, look, obviously, players, regrouping. You're obviously looking at who's there, who's not there.
Yeah.
Of course, we know there's players that are out of contract. So quite a number of them were not there. Jabulo Ngobo, I think we do know. We've reported that he's on his way to Sekhukhune United. So he was not part of the team. Gonzalez also was not part of the team. We do know that he had signed a 1-year contract and he's on his way out. There won't be a renewal. I mean, he played the whole season, no goal. And then Fernando da Cruz also speaking to the players and just telling them what the coach expects of them. Seemingly a message from the coach, to say it's time to work and play for the badge. It's time to fight. Coach is looking for people that will fight for the badge. People that will be committed and give their all for the badge. But also notably Tumele Nkune, whose contract comes to an end.
End of June.
Was available at training. So, quite interesting.
What does that say, though?
Look, it obviously speaks to his commitment. I mean, he's made it clear that that was just a celebration of his 25 years of service for the club. It was not So he obviously wants to continue playing with Coach Mzogi coming in. He'd be hoping maybe he can, get him back to the top.
Getting him back to the top means that the conditioning coach, Maji Safi, is he a confirmed individual to come through? I was of the belief that there was still a buyout clause within the contract, that he's not fully released from Raja.
So he's been with Wydad and his contract comes to an end now in June. So he's definitely,
So he'll be free to come through.
So yeah, he should. So in the next few days, he should be coming down to South Africa to join Mzogi and Da Cruz.
So Da Cruz didn't go to Sekhukhune. Sekhukhune were how close to signing him?
Look, they did interview him. They spoke to him, and he's a top coach.
Yeah.
I think I'm told his presentation was top notch. They loved it, but the club is seemingly looking at a different coach. So when he noticed that that would not happen, he obviously was in contact with Nasreddin Nabi. I mean, they were together at AS FAR Rabat. So when he then said, look, I may want to have you as my assistant, he jumped at the opportunity, obviously, being the country's biggest club. So,
talking about the biggest club, it takes the biggest budget. How's Chiefs managing all of this?
Look, you get the feeling that the club is at a point where everyone involved, be it management or the fans, want to see change, And for you to be able to see change, you've got to invest, get the best coach, get, a top technical team that will transform the fortunes of the team. So I think they've actually, gone all out to invest and ensure they bring in, the best, just to try and see if there can be a transformation turnaround of the situation.
So you're saying they've always had that money?
I don't know about the finances of the club, but this is the first time they've done something of this sort, where the club brings in a full, complement of a technical bench, with coaches that are international. All these guys. Nasreddin Nabi. We've had several times. His national team, Tunisia, they came knocking again, to say. So you can see a man on demand. The analyst also done work with the Morocco national team. Mzogi, national team coach. So you can see the caliber of the people they are bringing. They don't come. They come at a premium, So it looks like they're determined now to invest and turn around the situation.
Patrick, joining us from Volksloras, I believe giving us an update on one of our regular contributors here on the show. Patrick, good evening.
Good evening, Marawa. How are you?
Very good. Kind of disturbed, though, when I got the call just a few seconds ago to say that you're on the line telling us what?
Yeah, Marawa, I wanted to tell you about Mr. Ben Rafter.
Yes, he's one of our very regular contributors. And just very quickly, Patrick, because of time, though, share what you know.
Yeah, I was working with him at Elitra Kaya in Sevenza, Edenville. Yeah, he normally used to share to us what we were talking about the previous day when we are eating at lunchtime, you see. So he also told us about you taking him from home to watch Bafana there in the 94.7 studios. So now when I heard the news, because we are working together, I just remember that, no, you know what, I must tell Mr. Robert Marawa this.
What happened?
He was in hospital for about 3 weeks. Then last week, the 19th, then he passed on.
Wow. Sure.
Yes.
See, Patrick, I'm speechless, but I am honored to have met Ben Richter. I'm honored that our paths were able to cross. I'd never met him from above, but arranged for him, given his passion for the show, that he be picked up and join us as we had our viewing here at 947 at Primedia. And I think just on behalf of the entire team here, who he made our day every time he would contribute, is that may his soul rest in peace. And to you and all the colleagues that you do have, Patrick, strength to you, my brother. And I really appreciate you calling in and sharing what obviously is really, really terrible news. Thank you so much, man.
Okay, thanks, Mr. Marawa.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Wow. Yeah.
Hi, Robert Marawa, MSW. I greet you with a good heart. I'm laughing like sport is my life. Yes, Robert, I think I spoke the last time to you on the 15th of December. Greet you with a good heart and welcome back. Yes, I wonder how many people of us missed you. Thanks for your show. And MSW, I hope you've got an excellent, brilliant year ahead of you. And I can't wait to hear the next year, to listen to your program. Thanks for the show. You look after yourselves, please. Mooi bly, Benrag.
Oh, man, the sad news right at the end of the show there, Mooi bly, Ben Richter, certainly by those words, Mooi bly. And thank you so much for the many lessons as a contributor, a regular caller, and a sports lover. Onward journey, my friend. Thank you very, very much indeed. The No Flex moment of the weekend right here on Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947 Vuma FM and Rise FM coming to an end. And a big thanks to Mtokozi Sitube, Far Post Editor. Catch you again tomorrow.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time. #MSW.